ever thought of maybe disbanding the band? Or?
Those thoughts were going through our minds a little bit. Is this worth it anymore? It isn't fun anymore. We're fighting with Kevin. We can't get along with Roadrunner. They're not giving us what we need. Things like that.
Because I think with Kevin, well, I have an interview here, Mark, and he's really, well, he's saying, it was a nice line, but it's really hard. You ever tried picking your toenails with a wrench? That's what he said about him. He was hard to work with.
He was definitely hard to work with. He had great ideas and he was a great musician, but
he is saying his ego was too big.
I don't know if it was egotistical. It's like Kevin was a writer in his band, and Mark and I are the writers in Chimaira. Matt contributes a lot more now too, but it definitely at the time was Mark and I primarily from the beginning. And so Kevin came in wanting to be a writer and wanting to change things and wanting to be real vocal. Where we were used to Andols, where we would say, you know, here's the tunes, let's jam them. Of course, we wanted his input and things like that, but these are the parts, and make up your own stuff, and let's do it. Where Kevin wanted to just change things around, and we just weren't used to that. We had gotten to where we were because of the way we had done it, and now this new guy wanted to come in and change everything. So he was really hard to write the record with, you know. But still, the way it came out, I'm really happy with. But yeah, definitely it was pulling teeth with him.
So then maybe thinking of, well, what made you decide to continue with Chimaira? What was?
Well, at our breaking point, Mark said we need to do two things. We need to get off of Roadrunner, and we need to get Andols back in the band. And all of that just kind of happened simultaneously. Andols had mentioned to Mark that he was interested in playing drums again because Andols had been asked to do the Roadrunner All-Stars CD, and he played drums with Rob Flynn, and they did a few songs, and it really just sparked it for Andols again. He was like, man, I can't believe, you know the saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. So Andols started playing again and just really loved it, and he'd gotten over a bunch of things that he was going through personally. You know, and I look back now, and he just needed a couple years off, and that's what it was. You know, he needed a couple years off to get his life back in order and just to figure himself out. And now he's back, and he's happier than ever. So we kind of told Kevin, yeah, things aren't working out. We want to get Andy back, and Kevin understood, you know, and he left gracefully, okay. And we maintained a good relationship with him. And Andols was back, and we still wrote on a couple records, but we had a couple friends in the business, and we asked them to help us get out. And after many months of pleading and bargaining and arguing, they let us go. And
why?
Because I really think of Monty Connor, who's the head A&R at Roadrunner, a great guy, real smart guy. He signed Sepultura from his parents' house when he was 17 years old. Just kind of the I think the man at Roadrunner. Even though, you know, there's higher ups, got the owners and things like that, he's the guy that signs a lot of the bands and makes a lot of the decisions, you know, for the A&R department. And Mark had a great relationship with him, and Mark was like, kind of told him, come on, see if you can do something for us, see if you can convince the higher ups that, you know, if you love something, let it go, sort of thing. Because we thought that our potential could be greater realized on maybe a smaller label where we could be more of a focal point, more of the top of the totem pole, have more artist development and just hands-on, have them working more hands-on with us, whereas Roadrunner, we were just another band on a gigantic roster who wasn't producing radio hits, so we were treated like a DSI. That's just a staple metal name, you know, but they're not really going to make the label a lot of money or anything like that. So we kind of just mutually agreed, come on, we want to keep going here, and we want to try our luck somewhere else, just let us go. And so, like I said, after a few months, they finally said, okay, you know, just go ahead. And that's basically how it went down.